Welcome to the last episode of Season 1 of A Leader Story, where we explore the unique paths of extraordinary leaders. In each episode, we ask the same 7 questions to our guests, revealing the diverse journeys and insights that shape their success. Join us as we uncover the stories that make each leader's experience truly one of a kind. Today, we're speaking with Jackie Jung, Vice President of Global Operations Strategy and Corporate Sustainability at Western Digital. With over 20 years of experience, Jackie has played a key role in driving innovation through automation and AI while leading sustainability efforts that have gained global recognition. Her approach to transforming operations and preparing teams for the future offers valuable insights for us all. Let's explore her leadership story and the experiences that have shaped her path. So Jackie, let's get right into it. First question, what is one decision you made that was a turning point for your leadership?
Well, thank you, Joe, for having me here to share my journey. I remember a pivotal moment in my leadership was a decision to leave my comfort zone in the US and move to Malaysia for an international assignment. Staying in the US is a comfort zone. It's a secure zone. I had a very good role. My boss very much valued my contribution and needed me to help him in the US. All my family members are in the US. But I volunteered to go to Malaysia because the company needs a leader in Asia. During the time, we have rapid product development cycle, and we needed the Asia team to pick up part of the productizations. I've been working in the area of MPI. I'm best suited for the role. This is a big stretch for me because I have to move my family with me. And it's also very uncomfortable because not knowing what's the path to come back to the US later. Well, my decision for leader and also career move have always been on, number one, can I make a meaningful contributions? Number two, will this be a purposeful journey for me? And for the people I care. I care about the factory people. I care about my family having a different experience. And most importantly, I should not be living in the fear of the future of unknown. So, pivotal moment, stepping out of comfort zone, give me a whole new horizon of perspective and experience. And I was able to make a big contribution to the success of the Asia factory.
That's awesome. I appreciate that. I think that's really good. So second question, Jackie, how do you foster innovation and creativity within your team?
I believe human has an innate desire to discover what they can do to make positive contribution. So my responsibility is really to inspire, help them imagine what's the North Star, what is world class. And I always ask the question for a particular subject is, what's the benchmark? Then I encourage my team to explore, maybe joining outside conferences, maybe participate in some industry meetings to see what other people are doing and as a source of inspirations. Also, at the same time, I think giving the time that they can think is important. So you have to reduce mundane work, reduce repetitive work, and give people time to think. I have a story to share. We've done a lot of transformations in the automation and analytics. And 4 years ago, we want to consolidate all the learning from the different sites. But additionally, we want to find out what's considered world class, right? So we found that World Economic Forum's Global Lighthouse Network, the framework is very rigorous and the criteria objective, holistic. So we said that let's go for that. And during that time, there were 73 fourth industrial revolution lighthouses, but no lighthouses in the country of Malaysia and Thailand. At Western Digital, we have very large manufacturing footprints there. I personally spent 5 years in those countries. So this really motivated us to put those factories into a learning journey. working with the factories team to achieve the global lighthouse destinations and becoming the first in the respective country has been one of the most rewarding experiences. So you talk about innovation. This kind of inspirations propel significant momentum that other factories go on the same journey. Right? So we are talking about the era of artificial intelligence, and there's a lot of hype. AI really discover what already been invented and put them into a new format. I really believe in human. Humans are the ones to create and invent. To sum it up, I think nurturing and bringing out the best of the potential of the people is the key. And I believe people have their own authentic intelligence. And by the way, I learned this term from a book. I thought it's really precious.
Yeah, no, that's really good. I appreciate the human nature of it, and I'm in total alignment with you from the AI perspective, right? I think humans' innate ability to want to continue to create and all of that is still going to be something that is essential to innovation within all companies here today and in the long term. So awesome.
Yeah, and human is people is the greatest asset for any company.
100% agree with you. Third question, Jackie. How do you balance driving results with maintaining a positive team culture?
Well, driving result is a culture that I nurture in my team, and it's my personal brand also. Again, I believe in the innate nature of people wanting to win and wanting to have positive contribution. So driving result is a way of bringing the team along and bringing team along with me to show we as a team can do it. We celebrate result as we achieve together. So I do understand sometimes driving for result have negative impact. So a couple of things I do. I always recognize individual at the same time the team together. Right? It's a team effort. Sometimes you have to give people time. It takes time for people to come along with you. So if the team is not ready, you cannot force the agenda. Sometimes it takes extra miles for you to talk to people, give them information, and to work with them, going through the analysis so that they have the same understanding as he or she play a pivotal role in the success. If you do more of that, people will understand you're well intentioned and come along with you.
Yeah, that's really good. I appreciate those insights. That's good. So we'll take a little bit of a turn from innovation and driving results. And so fourth question, Jackie. Can you describe a moment when you had to make a tough ethical decision?
Well, I won't say there's a serious ethical decisions, but it's about being honest and transparent, right? So back then in the factory, we always produce product to help our internal customer to get better result. The first gate is to produce an evaluation product with supporting data to show to the customers the potential. During one incident, we believe we made a very good recipe, but the data is not showing a big improvement, and we don't understand why. But we really believe the product is good for the customer. The team is really worried about a customer turning us down. So normally, the team would massage the data a little bit to make it more appealing, right? I had to tell the team to present the data as is. We need to be honest and transparent. We were able to convince our internal customer and why we believe the product is worth their evaluation. At the same time, I think really give the staff a big relief that they can be honest and say the truth. And this action really builds better trust and relationship with our customer. It goes a long way. So creating trusted partnership is the key. Being transparent and not afraid.
Yeah, I like how you're tying the trusted relationship and the ethical side of it, because I think that is a huge, even from you talked about your personal brand. I think for me, that's always been my driver, is building that trusted relationship. And it is, as you say it's ethical decisions. It's bringing the trust and transparency to the conversation with your customer to make sure that they have all the information that they need to make those right choices. And I know that's a really good analogy and story. I appreciate that. So question 5, Jackie, what role does feedback play in your leadership? How do you both give and receive it?
Well, our feedbacks are extremely important, but it really needs to be genuine and authentic. It needs to be given with the best intention to build up a person and not to destroy, right? So for positive feedback, we always praise the person and what he or she did and to produce the result. For improvement feedback, or we say negative feedbacks, I always point to the result, the impact, and discuss what we could have done differently to make a difference. Sometimes it's very difficult. It's not easy to tell people that, oh, something is not going on well, but it is really to the best interest of a person to get these timely feedback. Keeping it quiet and not getting to the bottom is really not helping. I remember earlier in my career, I was doing great leading an innovative project, and the results I delivered was phenomenal. But not all of my colleagues were thrilled to celebrate with me. So one of my leaders gave me the feedback and said that, Jackie, it's great that you deliver a result, but you make others feel like they're worth nothing. You alone are on the pedestal. You need to sit in other people's shoes. Make them feel that they are part of your success.
Good.
That's very, very valuable feedback, right? The feedback given really opens up a blind spot that I was not aware. I never thought about other people's feeling. I'm too consumed with my own agenda. Up till now, I'm still learning in this area. I have a tendency to go overly excited about what my team deliver and forgotten to acknowledge others. At the same time, Joe, I also have a personal feedback mechanism I want to share. I practice it for myself every week. During the weekend, I would set aside a quiet time to meditate, and I would do two things. Number one, I count blessings. What are the good things that happened to me and give thanks that anchor me to a positive thinking? Because great things happen at work, great things happen at family and my community. The other thing I practice is then I will look in an area of what I say darkness. It's like, why am I feeling not so bright in these situations and not so comfortable in a certain moment? Is it because of my fear? Is it because of I'm attached to certain belief? Is it because I really want to control? Or is it because I felt I'm entitled to something and not getting it? I will always resort to take a positive action next week to address these darkness. And I thought this personal feedback mechanism is very valuable for me to keep me centered.
It's the first time that I've had someone talk about personal feedback. And you're totally right, though. Self-reflection and self-awareness and the feedback for yourself is so important, because if you can't speak honestly to yourself, how do you expect to speak honestly to anybody else? So that's really good. I appreciate that. I think that's something that I'll personally pay more attention to for my own feedback journey. That's really good.
Yeah, it's your own mindfulness and looking at yourself deeper. Always solutions come from within ourselves.
Yeah, that's really good. I really appreciate that, Jackie. So I think that leads well into the next question. Or Jackie, how do you continue to grow and develop as a leader?
I believe life is a journey, right? So as our leadership development, from my experience, I really grew the most when I was met with what I call crucible moment, where I have to make tough decisions for my career. It is when I'm presented with opportunity of uncharted territories, and those opportunity really aligns with my interests and passion, present risks as because these were things that I've not done it before. So it is really the fear and insecurity I have to conquer and not worry about my own identity when I'm met with failure of these high risk moves. One example was that I talk about I moved to Malaysia. I spent time in the Penang factory, and I was presented with four career options after the 2 years. Number one, I can go back to the US. Number two, I can stay there and maybe I can expand my career in the engineering field. Or I can step out a little bit of a comfort zone from engineering. And do I want to be in like a factory manager aside GM, right? The fourth option was to move to a completely new divisions. Well, the first three choices are safer bet than the last one. But going to a new division, my heart actually really yearned for learning something new and where I will have the biggest opportunity to make an impact. So I made the decision taking a risk to go to a new division. It was very rough. I faced all sorts of challenges for learning new technology, meeting new people, working in a very different culture. But the experience is invaluable. It also gave me the confidence that if I follow my passion and I'm willing to put in my effort, I will grow. So I really believe leadership grow in these crucible moments that we face head on our own fear and insecurities.
That's really good. I getting out of your comfort zone and tackling those fears. You're totally right. That's when it's been those true moments where growth has happened in myself and other leaders that I've talked to on the podcast. So that's super good insights. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So leading into the last question, and this always is the toughest one because no one can really say one book. So I'll widen it in case you have more insights. But what leadership book or books has influenced you the most and why?
I really like the book by Tim Keller. It's called Every Good Endeavor. The book discusses the meaning of work and how to connect our personal belief, faith, to shape a view of work. It's really blessing in both ends. In one end, that we are called to serve, leadership is servanthood. We are called to serve and bring blessing to the people around us through our work. At the same time, by exercising our personal unique gift, talent, we bring lasting satisfaction to ourselves through the labor of our work. So in summary, Joe, I think mindset about leadership is seeing everyone with a set of lenses that they have that innate potential and personal gift and the longing for positive contribution. We as leaders facilitate and nourish the path for giving them life-giving experiences. At the same time, we grow ourselves in these crucible moments that I mentioned, addressing our own fears and insecurity, be authentic, be vulnerable. These are also life-giving experience that we give it to ourselves. Blessings in both ends.
That's really good. That's not a book that we've covered yet either. So that's awesome insight. Well, that's the last question, Jackie. I really just want to thank you so much for your time. I want to say I love the overall path and trend of all of your answers being centered around people and human and because that is the drive of leadership, right? If we're not being good leaders unless we are recognizing and pushing and helping our people get to that next level of their of the things that they're able to do or things they can't even do. So, I really appreciate the human and person component, people component that you drove in this. So, but again, Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. I really believe in people. I really believe that people is the greatest asset and people are precious.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's a great way to end it. Also, too, I don't know if I even mentioned this to you yet, but this is our season finale for this season of A Leader Story. And I think you are ending it on a perfect note, because, we're ultimately, my drive and the overall leader story is to help people become better leaders. And I think all of what you answered here is going to have some great impact on future and current leaders today. So thank you for helping drive that cause, Jackie. And definitely looking forward to getting this out to the rest of the audience.
Thank you, Joe. It's my pleasure.
It was such a pleasure to have Jackie on the Season 1 finale of A Leader Story. The way she focuses on and cares for her people is such a great way to end the season. It's something we as leaders all need to work on. Thank you for joining us on this week's episode and the season finale of A Leader Story. We've had some incredible guests in these first 13 episodes, and I'm looking forward to guests that Season 2 will bring. If you have enjoyed this episode and the season of A Leader Story, please like and subscribe and share to help more people discover these inspiring leadership stories. Please look for the next season to start in January 2025. In the meantime, keep a lookout for more shorts from our inspiring leaders and also some leader snack videos. See you next time, and keep writing your own unique leadership story.